Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming and joining this pick a card from the Empress. So we'll be picking a Empress card. You're not going to be picking this one, but you'll be picking a pile. She has a message in store for you. I hope that you were able to check out the Empress message, the previous message that taps into a little bit of the facts and a lot of bit of the intuitive messages that surround the Empress card. I also have the post from the Empress that talks more about the Empress archetype, the numerology, and the astrology that is formed around the energy of the archetype as well. Ooh, slow it down a little bit, my words. So yeah, if you're a VIP member, welcome. Whoop whoop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Private meetups will be coming shortly. I'm just trying to reel it in and have a little bit more people up in here, okay? And yes, you do get discounted readings. So if anything sparks you within this reading or previous readings, definitely check out the links below. Email me, get in contact with me so you can get your discounted reading, okay? So let's get into this, right? I'm going to invite you to take a breath with me, right? Just cozy on in and slowly soften your gaze. Sink into the seat, the floor, the bed, the cushion, wherever you're at. Just slowly focus on your breathing. And then we're going to intentionally just take a long, slow, deep breath in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Just feel into your body. And as you open up your eyes, which pile do you resonate with? Are you guided to? And if you're guided to listen to all of them, thank you, thank you. Definitely comment below. And there's no right or wrong. This is all about our intuition, and pick up what I'm putting down, right? And resonate with, if it doesn't apply, let it fly, okay? So let's get into this. I'm going to start with pile 1. Okay, pile 1. So this is for a little bit later, okay? We're going to tap into the energies of the message that the Empress wants to share with us right now. Well, this looks nice. Is this in camera? Yes. I'm still learning this space. Okay, what's going on? What does the Empress want to share with you right now? I'm hearing sacred space, right? I'm hearing that your perspective is growing, right? I kind of feel like in the past, right, or maybe even right now, you've been evaluating how you've been looking at yourself. And I kind of feel like because of your lack of self-love, there was a distorted way that you looked at yourself, right? And compared yourself and the gems that you hold within you. Whether you weren't seeing the value, you may not have just been knowing your worth, right? That all ties into things, and feeling that you deserved more as well. Comparison can steal your joy and keep you blind from the gems you already have, right? And I'm looking at this rescue card too. It's almost kind of like sometimes you feel like, well, no one was around me to help me, right? No one was there to tell me, right? But what if this was your spirit? Like, what if this was the spirit team? The universe is here to help you. What if, like, you have such strong and valuable gems that you just haven't explored and looked at in the way that you see, like, oh my God, like, look how beautiful I am. Like, no wonder why the universe wasn't helping me this much, because I can do all these things, right? And because it's kind of just reminding me, like, oh, it's almost like a hidden anger. I feel like that has been anchoring you down in this negativity and this darkness. You know, for some of you, you may just have been really stuck and wallowing in that dark night of the soul energy and haven't realized yet that, like, you're the shit. You haven't realized, like, the light hasn't really turned on yet. I kind of feel like, though, that you're gaining hope and you're starting to expand a little bit more, and realize that the people that was around you didn't deserve your energy, right? Or your time. And you're making your time more valuable with yourself, right? Or doing things for yourself, right? In the name of love. I feel that the Empress is sharing this with you. Let's dive a little bit deeper and see what other messages she's talking about here. Oh, that was a lot of cards. Didn't really expect it, but how crazy is this? You're definitely expanding. You're definitely expanding right now. Let's do it like this. Can you see? Because this is very interesting. I'm going to actually put this here and do like this. Okay. Because, yeah. So you definitely have an idea. And I totally think that, yeah. See? Okay, is this in? Yeah. Because sanctuary, right? Sanctuary, when you realize, so I'm getting a few things. Hold on. Okay. When you realize that, you know, how much you've deprived yourself of love and how much you just were given and given and given to people, you start to change your perspective. I'm surprised the Hangman isn't in here, right? But it's all good because this is the Empress. And I feel like you're not fond of self-love, but I feel that you're actually implementing the things that you know. You're actually doing the self-care, the self-love practices, the soul care that you need to level up, because you know it's time to get up out of there, right? But again, maybe from your childhood, right? Or maybe just because of maybe your ignorance, like maybe it's just the unknown that you just didn't know. You grew up thinking that people are supposed to help you, right? Or maybe people are entitled to help you because you do so much for other people. It's like, how dare people don't do anything for me, right? But at the same time, life isn't like that, right? Life ain't like that. And when we're talking about like business, even like maybe there's some like psychology that you're realizing from the subconscious, right? That you're swimming up to and saying like, yes, let me meet my higher self where you're at, or let me meet these people where they're at right now, because I feel like I have an idea. I have a new spark here that shows reciprocity, right? From spirit and self. I do want to go back to the spirits, like go back to the calm waters and the sanctuary, but I do want to share this too. It's kind of like, the more you put into your self-care, the more that you expand, you know, because I kind of feel like this is spirit, and then this is kind of like you, whether this be your divine feminine, divine masculine energy, or just like your inner child and your present self right now, your past self, present. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It doesn't have to be that literal, but I kind of feel like you're exchanging more with life. You're tapping into the universe and saying, you know what, the universe does have my back. Like, the more that you show up for yourself, the more you're going to receive, right? And it's kind of like let's go back to the sacred space, right? It's kind of like when you start realizing too that you have boundaries and you have permission to be by yourself, right? And do things in the name of love, you start realizing like, okay, I can have my me time, whether it's in the shower, right? Taking a shower a little extra long, or whether it's making a meal that's for yourself, right? Because I'm thinking too of like mothers sometimes. You give and you give and you give to these kids, right? And they don't give it back to you. But then at the same time, it's like you are nurturing yourself. And maybe you are deciding that you know how to do things in the name of love for yourself. Therefore, you're automatic, like the love is oozing out to the kids or other people. You know, it's just knowing and deciding what makes things best for you in the way that you show up. So that way you can actually give to other people, right? Because I know a lot of working mamas, a lot of people in general, just like the people pleaser in us, just give, 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 give. And sometimes you might know that you have a lot of stuff to give, right? But you're not going to have a lot of stuff to give if you're not putting back into yourself. You're not. You're going to be depleted and you're going to look around thinking, why did these people do this? But they gave you, you were giving stuff for free. You had no boundaries. So, in a way, like, what can you say, right? The comparison can steal your joy and keep you blind from the gems you already have, right? And for others, you may have been triggered to expand in a way, shape, or form because you got inspired by someone else, right? But because you weren't able to do it the way that you saw how they were doing it, you might have gotten a little bit like, you know what I mean? And you didn't really see that you have something unique to give regardless. So it's not going to pan out that way, right? So I think here what the Empress is saying that is learn how to go to your sacred space, go to your sanctuary and make decisions from there instead of making decisions from a energy of despair, right? Or an energy that is comparison to someone else. Their gifts, their intuition, their unique creativity is not yours. That's something that we all have unique, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be the creative arts. You can just think in a way that's creative and put the process together in a creative way that is unique to one's own self, right? I'm going to just tell you a little quick story how for years I was looking to learn certain things because about entrepreneurship because I didn't really know how to obtain a business and I just didn't have that business mindset, right? So I was going to courses and this and that. And I'm like, this shit seems good, but it didn't feel too right for me, right? And then I learned kind of like I was listening to podcasts because that's what I thought was available. And people said, you know, listen to podcasts when you wake up in the morning. But to me, I'm a very visual learner. So for me to digest it, I have to really like see it. I have to really like have things hands on. Like I have to have things touching my hands, y'all, for me to really experience and digest the learning process. I have to be up in it, okay? And I'm sharing this because those tools weren't working because they weren't really the best way for me to process my own process. I do things a little bit different from the rest when it comes to creativity, right? As everyone else does. And I was comparing myself to other people's way of being and really taking what they were saying to heart, to face value, and getting mad at myself because like, why isn't this working, right? I expect this to work and show up for me, and it was not. So I just want to share that with y'all because maybe you're in the same boat and you need to get out of that boat. And like the Six of Swords is moving to calmer waters, right? For others, you might just I'm hearing maybe you don't need to work at home figuratively, literally, I mean, but you're actually still not working in the office. You're going to an office just for you, or a library, or somewhere else, right? Somebody else's home, another creative cohort or something, right? Where you can get those ideas sparking and going, right? Um, you're definitely expanding your mindset, and you're expanding this vision that you had about yourself and about the creativity that you want to birth through here, because the Empress is also about fertility, right? And giving birth to not only the baby that may be your business, but also like to the ideas that you have, right? I really I'm that's interesting. I'm seeing a train, right? And you know how trains are like chugga 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 chugga. Like you're gaining this momentum. You're gaining this momentum and not waiting around for other people to show up. You're putting your pole in the ground, and you're saying, this is what I believe that I want to do that makes me feel good, and I'm going to expand my vision just a little bit more so I can have room to fit into the plan too. It's not just about other people. It's also about myself and what I deem valuable, right? It's also about that. Because I don't really feel like in the Three of Wands, sometimes it's talking about waiting for your ships to come in. And I also feel like you've been having like a lot of emotional turmoil, like just looking at a lot of this water over here. But now you're actually learning how to regulate these emotions, check these emotions, and be like, oh snap, I'm having a temper tantrum. Okay, gathering yourself, and then just being like, okay, now what is it that I really want to do? Like listening to that inner child, right? Um, for some of you though, like I was saying, explaining like waiting for the ships to come in, you may have done a lot of work already, right? And right now it's time for you to rest more. Make a decision to implement a self-care, a soul care ritual for yourself, so you can take your time more with the things you're creating, and not feeling like you have to rush so much because you had a keen vision of what you wanted in the first place. Let's see what the advice here is that Spirit wants to share. Oh, it's so pretty. Trust. Trust. Looking at this is trust the process. You've been in the trial and error phase for a long time, and it's time to trust the process. Because like this here is about like life cycles. It's also reminding me of like the golden rule for any painters that may be watching this. Um, the golden rule is some type of math that allows you to scale things on a bigger, like from small to big, like almost like if someone drew something on a piece of paper and they're going to put it as a mural, they have to make it bigger in scale. And it's some type of mathematical equation that you wind up doing. And it's also like giving like 369 method for some reason. It's like you had this vision that was very big as well. And looking at this pearl, like it takes a long time for the sand and the oyster to do what it does to actually create a pearl. So it's almost like this is like your destiny. Don't worry or be so caught up in making the wrong decision, because then you're going to feel bad about the decisions you make. Um, let the shoe drop, right? And let things land where they need to land if you need more time to make a decision. And also just learn to trust your decision. What would your future self be happy with the decision that you're going to make? If you don't know, move to calmer waters so you can then allow yourself to regulate your emotions, let your emotions do what it needs to do. Um, the tide may be high right now, but let it lower, right? Calm it down, take a breath, and then ask yourself then, what do you feel is best for you, and trust it. because that's what we have here. And I find it so funny that eyes on your own paper comparison. I don't care what group you've been in. I don't care who's been looking at your stuff. Like, you may be that true artist. Artists, they need a little bit of feedback, but they know what they're doing. And if somebody doesn't understand what their vision was, oh well, they know that this is their vision, and clearly it wasn't a shock factor for them. It wasn't something intriguing for them. Goodbye, right? Because there's people in the background that may be like, yep, 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 yep. Who cares what they're saying? Learn to trust what you know, what you believe, and the universe will follow suit for sure. Okay? And projections too. I really think this is a moon. It would be funny if you were like a Cancer or have like a strong Cancer placement. Let me just drink some water. Okay, sorry. Sound effects. But I do think that you're a very emotional person. Nothing wrong with that. I think that you are a strong empath, and the way that you understand how strong and intuitive you are, right, is by trusting what you feel and knowing that that's a valuable gift. I went through a pretty much crippling phase of feeling, because for a long time I numbed my feelings through just like smoking a bunch of weed and just trying not to I don't know, it just was very uncomfortable because a lot of things were coming up to the surface that I didn't quite process or heal right at this time that I'm speaking about in the past. And the waters got rough. They got rough, but it was crazy when I didn't really know what an empath was. This person I was working with, we were just talking, like just regular things, and he instantly picked up on, oh, you're an empath. And I'm like, an empath? Oh, I'm very empathic. Like, yeah, but not an empath. Like, I don't know that label, that term. That day, it was almost like he flipped a switch in me and turned everything on. And for about a year or two, no, it was a little bit longer. Like, because I was going through a process where I knew that like I wasn't going to be like smoking weed like that. I wasn't going to be using that herb in that manner anymore, abusing it like that. And I just knew that I wanted to understand more about me, why I feel so deeply, blah, blah, yada, 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 right? And it was almost like someone ripped my skin off. Like, and it's like, I'm feeling everything. And I'm saying this because it took me a long time to feel that this is a valuable gift. It's not a burden. It's not a burden. So many times people may laugh at you for the depth of love that you carry, right? But it isn't until an empath really understands and deems their gift valuable that they start giving that love to themselves and start setting boundaries and respecting the love that plays out. I have something here that I do want to share with you before I go to pile 2. But it says to love yourself means to be in touch with how you feel and act in a way that respects it. This has been on my mind recently, and it's been sitting at this desk for like 2 days. And I feel that you need to hear that. So that is a message that the Empress has for you. Yeah. Like, definitely comment. Let me know what's going on. Y'all been very quiet. This is a group to engage, right? So definitely comment. Let me see how this, how you feel about this message, how it's resonating with you. And you could also just say hi. Excuse me. So yeah. You can also just say hi if you don't know what to say, okay? So thank you for joining. Thank you for showing up. And let's move to pile 2. Okay, pile 2, what is going on with you? All right, so let's move this out the way. we're going to tap into the energy, the message, the main message that the Empress has for you. Okay? Okay. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay. So I'm going to move this like this. Okay, so sometimes you think you already know, but you have no idea. Be open to new opportunities. I kind of wish I could say that you're in the same cycle, right? That you've been in, and it's just like, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen, but you really don't. But by you saying, oh, I know exactly what's going to happen, is closing the door for new opportunities, for this change. And I feel that there is something that you really need to look at face on. Um, Take your, what is that? Like, go head on towards the problems. What am I trying to say here? I don't know, but I kind of feel like there is an opportunity for you to actually release some self-sabotage, right? That's been keeping you in this pattern. And the Empress wants you to connect with her. It says connections. And this card always reminds me of like the divine trinity, Mother, Father, God, or how some people say the Father, the what is it? The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. You could say Mother, Maiden, Crone as well. There's a lot of things with threes. Past, present, and future, baby. Hold on real quick. Sorry, there was a little bit of noise in the background, but yeah, there's something going on here. I want to actually pull your cards now to see. Let's dive deeper into the message. This card came out too for pile 3. Can we fit these in? Yeah. Let's do this. You need to see that Empress. She just dare for giving us the energy. Okay, so I really feel like you've been having a hard time with creating something. I'm hearing fertility issues, whether that's literally or figuratively. You're it's like this energy that has been really like stagnant for you. And this stagnation is right now definitely allowing you to reflect on where you've been, but it's kind of like a salty vibe. Like, I don't know about you, but it looks kind of like her face is kind of like, yeah, like whatever, right? And it's just like, whatever happened to you, where you've been, I need you to know that you are so strong, you are so brave, and you made it through a very hard cycle. Give yourself that love that you deserve, right? Whatever, whoever, it ain't about them. It's about you now. And it's about you giving that love that you needed, right? That you desired, that didn't show up for you. It's time for you to do that for yourself and you to create something new. Like, I'm hearing that, like, you are so beautiful, right? You have such great ideas. You have, you shine like 1,000,000 watts. That's what Spirit said. No, but you shine a lot, like the sunshine, the sunflower, the Queen of Wands here. Like, I don't know if you're a Leo, I don't know if you're a Sag or an Aries, but like your intuition, your intuitive, you have such like a joyful, jovial spirit. Your inner child loves to create, right? But I don't think that you were able to, let's get 2 more cards. I don't think that you were able to create the way that you wanted to, especially maybe even in childhood. I don't know. But for others, it's just about like the environment that you were in. It's almost like, how could you even create what you were trying to create, right? Like, yeah, you're kind of mad at the fact that these things happened to you, but know that you can always like move forward where you deserve. Know your rights. Know that you have permission to move forward into calmer waters. And yeah. Know your worth, baby. Know your worth. And for others that were dealing with somebody that was very greedy or stingy, you know better, so you will do better, right? And connect with spirit more so you can start moving. Like I'm hearing sun salutation. This always reminds me of yoga too. Like I think this is an actual yoga pose, but like connect with your body, right? Mind, body, soul, another trinity. Connect with your body so your mind can start flowing, getting that energy of those gears turning, right? And your heart start pumping, moving through the energies that are needed for you. I'm also looking at this too. It's like something is coming through that can give you some spark, right? It can give you some spark. Move towards maybe even like younger people. This just totally just popped in my head. uh so I stopped. I went to college right after high school, and I was in turmoil. Let's just say went to that college for about a year and a half, and went back to know what I wanted to do, did massage, Reiki, all that stuff, right? But I yearned for graphic design like a boyfriend that I truly missed, right? And um, what I want to tell you is the analogy I made, because I didn't heal that boyfriend of mine, that was messing up my creativity energy, right? And I also felt like um, the energy of just like how people weren't showing up for me, how people were disappointing me, and this and that and the third, was livid in my life. It was a limiting belief that I carried for some years. And that also discredited the fact of how needy people were. Every time I tried to get it right and move towards these common waters, somebody always wanted to come in, right? And because I didn't say no, right, I had to look at the part that I was playing too. And I thought I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know. And I didn't realize such self-sabotage I was creating and I was moving through because of this limiting belief that I had. And it definitely messed up the way that I connected, right? It was a distorted view of how I saw myself, and how I saw myself is how I see God, because this energy, right, when whatever you call it, this quote I always like to say, and if you're a person that listens to my stuff, I'm sure you heard this quote before. I searched for God, I found myself. um, I searched for myself, I found God, right? And I say this is because if you have a distorted view of yourself, you're going to have a distorted view of God, right? And I think that maybe, I don't know what part of your spiritual journey you're on, but I kind of feel like there is some more self discovery that is needed for you right now. And through that self discovery, the Empress wants to show you how creative you are. Creativity is your birthright. Get back to your creative roots. Get back to that playful energy. Get back to calmer waters so you don't feel so defensive and you're feeling like you have to fight all the time, right? Um, yeah, people are going to be trying to come after you because how abundant you are. Know how abundant you are, but also set the boundaries, right? Because there's always some greedy person in the mix. Um, you need to know, right? The King of Pentacles knows his value, knows all of the resources he has, and is stable. He built this crown, this what is that seat called? He built that, right? So this throne, there you go. He built all of this and he knows how worthy it is. It's also reminding me too, do you know, like there's some like cartoon or like, remember how like the older guys, the elders would be like, you don't know, we used to walk miles to go to school. And it's just like, they used to say that because they were trying to tell the younger people that um when you do hard work, a lot of times you see the value in the work that you put out. But we're in a different day and age now where um we can actually work smarter and not as much harder. And regardless of how you look at it, the smartness is allowing you to connect with certain resources, right? Back then, right, decades ago, there weren't that many resources as we had now, right? So if you're sitting on your loyals with a bunch of resources, you need to tap into that. You need to connect with that, whether it be something tangible or resources that is like a connection to a spirit that is very big and knowledgeable that can help you with this process of creativity. So let's see what we have here. We have, oh my God, expansion. Exactly. And the Empress is all about giving birth, okay? She is nutritious, she is valuable, she's delicious. Nutritious and delicious, okay? And she's here to show you your love, your um immense love that you have for self, because her abundant connection to the universe, Mother Earth, the divine energy she holds is enormous. And she knows that. And she will protect that. Especially with this King of Pentacles here, you got to deem yourself worthy of it, right? And know that you do deserve whatever you want to go after, but you have to understand your value and deem yourself worthy. Springtime renewal. I think that you're in the energy of like, once you just get rid of this, you think you know, but you don't know. Um, the sunlight is going to shine like, oh, it's going to shine right on you. And then there's going to be new things to blossom and bloom. For some of y'all, I don't know if y'all are stylists, okay, or like styling yourself. Get back to doing that. Like if you don't have nowhere to go, just get dressed because you feel good. Um I'm giving you a little bit of my own advice because a lot of times I like to get dressed for certain occasions for some reason. Like I'm more of a t-shirt and jeans type of person, but I also sometimes um don't really dress for myself. I kind of dress for other people, again, the occasion, right? So it's like, why can't I? I'll never forget this boy, and God bless, because he's not here. If there's any Sages in the building, I don't know who's here, but he was a Sag, and he used to mess with me so much in high school. If I didn't know he was gay, I would have thought that he liked me, but he was gay. But anywho, he told me one time, he was just like, I like when you get dressed. Why don't you get dressed more? And I was like, well, what's the purpose for? Who am I getting dressed for? And he was like, it ain't about for you. It's not about them. It's for you. And it stuck with me, even though a lot of times it didn't do that. But this memory just popped up, and I just want to say, any Sages out there, much love to you. Okay. But thrift shop, know that you have a lot of resources. I feel like that you already have. Thrift shop also is about like, you have the ability to change something from nothing, right? Like you can reuse, what is that popular word that people use now, upcycle, right? You know how to recycle things. You know how to turn people's trash into treasures. Use that gift, because that is a gift and that is a creative factor. That is something that you may have a uniqueness that is one of your creative gifts here, right? And sometimes too, it might not even be something like tangible again. It might be that you have the gift of seeing things Like the littlest things that can be so traumatic and turmoil, right? You can actually see a little bit of crack of sunlight shine through the darkest things. That's what I'm trying to say. That's a gift, okay? That's a gift. Expand that gift, expand that knowledge. I'm definitely feeling that the Empress is really telling you to, because I'm feeling it more that I'm saying this and letting these words flow, is that you have a gift that is very resourceful. And you need to realize, because it's you're, if I knew who I was speaking to that this is resonating so deeply with, it's like, it reminds me of the faces that when I was starting my business Array of Gratitude, I'm like, everybody's creative. They were looking at me like, what? I'm not creative. Yes, you are. You just haven't worked that creativity in a long time. Or you can't remember that there was a memory that happened when you were younger that made you stop wanting to create. Whatever it is, you think you know what it is, but you have no idea. And once you can just let go of that limiting belief around creativity, around your own value, around your specialty of uniqueness, you're going to allow the light to shine in and open new doors, because something is waiting on the other side for you to expand. This is also the North Node too. I don't know if you're into astrology, but check out your North Node. That is the space and the place and the energy that you want to rise up to and connect to, because that is where your soul path is, your North Star. That is the path that you need to follow to really connect into your soul purpose here in life. Okay, so look into that, because that will give you some gems about your that will give you some gems about your I'm sorry, I got distracted. Gems about your creative gifts, creative power, and where you need to move forward from there. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Much love to you, pile 2. Love on yourself a little bit deeper and know that you are truly valuable. You have the skills, you have what it takes. You do. You just need to shift the perspective a little bit and you'll get out of this cycle that's been running you rancid. Okay? Let's go to pile 2. I mean, pile 3. Oh, and before I go, comment below, y'all, because I haven't been seeing the comments. Okay? No, seriously though, just say hello or comment. I'd love to know if this resonated with you. I'm sure you have subscribed. Check out the links below. All that jazz. Okay? Let's go. Okay, pile 3. Let's get it going. Get it. Okay, so this is this is for later. We're going to tap into the energy right now of what's going on with what the Empress wants to share with you. Okay, what are you doubting about yourself and why are you believing it? Hmm. Okay. So I think that this is about community. I can't stand when those motorcycles sound like that. I think that this is about community. Um, I think that you have been in a place where you've been by yourself or just around the wrong people, and you know that now. And you know how that has tainted your self-love, right? And this may have been why you started the self-love journey. And I'm saying self-love because the Empress, she's all about self-love and nurturing and connecting to that divine feminine energy that knows she's abundant, knows she's worthy, and knows how to love up on herself, right? So therefore, she can attract her soul tribe, attract the love that she deserves. And for others of you, like, it might have just been like a powerful connection that you had with somebody, whether it be like a best friend or a soulmate. Soulmate can be a best friend. I might be talking about the twin flamish type of person, right? Um, but I think that you you reach a point within whatever part of your relationships that have reached basically full circle. And as I'm saying full circle, I'm looking at her almost closing this circle. It's a boundary. You knew that there was a boundary that needed to be put up with whatever type of people you were around. And I kind of feel like you've been doubting yourself about who you are in a way because you're transitioning into a new phase. Like, don't be so hard on yourself. Every new version of yourself, every new oh, there's a quote in here that makes me want to just grab my gratitude attitude cards. But it's basically like every level up that you're going into is going to deserve and need a new version of yourself. And that transitional phase is always bumpy. It just is. But you did what you needed to do. And what you did was so much loving to yourself. It showed so much love to yourself. I want to say that the Empress is applauding you. Your ancestors are applauding you. Your spirit team is applauding you. And um, the universe wants to give you something. If not, connect you with your soul tribe. Let's get into this message. Okay, let's see. So this was the first one that came out, and I feel that you've been really working hard on yourself. You really have been. So don't be too hard on yourself where you're beating yourself up, okay? Girl, you've been working. Boy, whatever, you've been working. You've been putting that work in. You have been putting that work in, okay? Kudos to you. Kudos to you. But there's a sense of kind of like loneliness, right? Because it's like you had to do a lot of work to really set boundaries for your own self love and just your own peace of mind. Your own peace of mind here. And I think you're just at a point where you're looking back on everything and you might just be in an energy that's kind of just like, right? But one, I need to tell you that your body needs to regulate and do its own thing and get back to homeostasis, right? So don't be so hard on yourself because your body is doing what it needs to do and it needs some rest. It needs a little bit of TLC, okay? Because I feel like you're coming into a new phase of self-love. And some of the tools that you already have in your bag, use them, right? But I think that you're going to be coming into a new phase to use other tools and to step your game up just a tad bit here. Yeah, you're definitely going to be learning something new. Pile 3. And I think maybe the new people that you may attract, right? Because you know your pile 3, you know your worth. Like you know what you deserve. And it took a lot of things, like a lot of sacrifice, and it just took it's a long way coming for you. But I just want you to know that celebrate your wins. Celebrate your wins because the right people will be in your area. The right people will be in, they'll see you. They will see you. Now for others, I kind of feel like, let's see, how can I say this? For others, I kind of feel like you are consciously choosing to dive deeper into your self-love journey, right? But you're kind of doubting the fact that it's like, do I really need to do this, right? Should I really ask for help in a way? And I kind of feel like, yeah, like why wouldn't you ask for help? You know? Um, I kind of feel like you're doubting your intuition, right? Or doubting the fact that you know that you closed a chapter And that in between phase of the unknown, right? And just being afraid of the unknown is keeping you a little bit stuck. Because you're not quite sure what you're entering into. But I think you're entering into this intuitive phase, right? I'm also hearing like almost like sometimes you can hear the intuition so clearly, and like you know the signs and you feel comfortable with these your spirit crew, right? But when you level up, when you graduate, there are levels that there's different types of spirit people. Like you start to meet your spirit team, like another extension, right? It's almost like you got a raise, right? You get a new office and you meet these other type of people in the east wing or the west wing that you never seen before, and you're like, hey, you're in this building. Yeah, because this building is big, and the building represents your spiritual, the spirit world, the unseen, and your team is in this building. They in the building helping you, holding you down. But it's levels to this stuff. You just moved into a new level, right? You're not on level 4 anymore. You're on level 12 maybe. I don't know. But the people that are on level 12, right, in that building are definitely not working on level 4. They're just not. And I think that you may be in this unknown phase, right? That's kind of just like, what is going on here? Like, where is my spirit team? Like, where are y'all? I need y'all right now. Let me fix this because this is kind of. Why does it say 9? Hold on one second. Ooh, there's a Mercury retrograde got me a little scared because I thought that I wasn't recording for a second, y'all. I'm like, no, I was in my flow. It happened to me the other day. I recorded 50 minutes worth of stuff and the microphone did not pick up anything. All you see me is just rambling and no sound. I had to take a whole break the rest of the day because I was so mad. But anyway, yeah, like you know a lot. You know a lot. You've ended a chapter. You've worked hard for where you are right now. You did. But there is a new chapter, and I kind of feel like you might need to possibly, right? Is this recording? Yes, it is. Um wash, rinse, and repeat, right? And do what you know that's best for you until you wind up getting some new things and new signs, okay? Utilize the tools that you've learned. Continue your practice, right? Your soul care practices that you've been putting work in. And maybe you've just been doubting that you need something new, right? Because sometimes too, when you are on this phase of newness, right? Like, for instance, if you've been doing a lot of wash, rinse, and repeat type of thing, like just been in routine of things, there comes a time where it's kind of like, you either start getting tired or like something starts happening where you don't feel that enthused anymore. You might have a little doubt, like, why is this happening? You're not enthused because it's time to level up. That's all. Like, don't like beat yourself about not wanting to do this anymore. It's not about you not wanting to. It's about that you graduated. You passed the test with flying colors. And now it's time for you to step into a new phase of a new level of utilizing and getting new tools. So maybe that's why I was saying, like, maybe you're doubting, like, if you need help. Yeah, you might need a guide, something that can actually show you new things and just kind of give you some like new energy, or something that will just hit it on the nail, that would spark it, like, oh my God, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I need. Because the doubt's been like, well, I don't know. Because also too, y'all, if you're in the unknown, like, how can you really know what you are to expect? You're in the unknown. Like, doing new things can be a little bit daunting, and most definitely self-doubt, because like you never did it before. You don't know what you're doing, right? But know that you've made it thus far. You didn't know what you were doing before, right? And then look at you, you're already here. So let's kind of see what advice, expression. Oh, this is so pretty. And throat chakra. I kind of felt like the other piles needed the throat chakra. This pile is a little bit different. We have number 3 though. Expression. Yeah, you may need to just speak up. Like you just may need to be like, I need help, you know? Um, or you might just need to speak to your spirit crew and say, hey, like this is what I've been thinking I need. You tell me, fill in the blanks here. We got the grind and enjoy the ride. Yeah. So the grind to me reminds me of one like you've been on your grind, just working, busting your butt and really trying to create something, right? For yourself, a new life for yourself, or maybe it's something like a business that you're trying to create and now you're at a spot where it's just like okay, you know the process, so enjoy the coffee, right? But others, the grind also too is like mixing things. Like there's a lot of things mixing and trying to transmute into coffee, right? It's one thing, there's coffee beans, and then it transmutes into actual coffee. So you may be doubting yourself because you might know, like you came to a step where it's like, huh, I did the trial and error. I discovered this new information, and now what do I do with this information, right? I don't know. This is a new phase that you need to know, and you may need to express more of what you've went through so you can actually know and possibly meet the soul tribe, because again we were talking about community, completion. This always reminds me, Four of Wands is about community as well. And it's like you may be at a spot right now where maybe some similar things have presented itself and you're doubting, like, is this something I need to do, right? But you can't really do the same exact thing again, right? You're going to have a different experience because you have all this knowledge now. So it's kind of like enjoy the ride here. I don't know. Like let's, I kind of want to just see one more thing. Yeah, look. Because I'm like, I was feeling this energy, but I saw the Page of Swords. So I'm just like, I kind of just feel like you completed something new and you have this new idea to like start something new because you have all this energy and knowledge about something, but you're just kind of not sure how to go about it anymore because you know that this is new. This is tapped territory. This is something all new together. And you're just trying to kind of figure it out. So like give yourself the space and the opportunity and the time that you need to figure it out, and then make that decision from there, because the idea is there. I wouldn't suggest you expressing the idea yet before you actually started like tinkering with stuff, but I kind of feel like you know that. I kind of feel like you know that. So keep going with the boundaries that you've utilized. Keep going with the wisdom that you've gained from this cycle, right? That has come to completion. But the Empress is also telling you that you're in a new phase, right? Show yourself some love. Give yourself time to celebrate your wins, because you did it. You passed the test. You moved forward, right? It's been a long time coming. But now this new idea that you have, or this new phase that you're going into, work on trusting yourself a little bit more. Work on knowing and remembering how valuable you are, how much value that you see and deemed, right? So now express that value. I'm going to give you guys this one because it reminds me, in pile 1 I shared the same thing. You know more about the self-love journey, right? So now that you're entering into a new phase, that you may be needing new tools for your self-love, keep in mind that, you know, give yourself some grace. The love To love yourself means to be in touch with how you feel and act in a way that respects it. So respect yourself. Um, just remember these things that you deemed well, and be around the right people, because they'll give you those reminders too. They'll definitely give you those reminders as well. Whether it's direct or indirect, they will give that to you. And enjoy the ride, because it's time for you to um really like bless up, level up. The Empress is like giving you like the full blown pass. Like she's like, yeah, your wish is my command. You're about to give birth, baby. I kind of feel like you already have given birth. So now it's just like, okay, do what worked before. What didn't work, give yourself grace. Okay? So I'm going to leave it right here. Thank you, Pile 3, so much for being here, listening, tapping in. Please comment below, like, share, whatever you want to do, but definitely comment below. I haven't been seeing the comments. I love the comments. I do this to engage with those that love this type of stuff. So if you don't know what to say, just share what resonated with you, or just say, hey, like, I'm enjoying what you're doing. Keep it up. Something, y'all. Okay. I use the internet to engage and connect with people. I hope you do too. And I'm going to be doing more. Get ready for what's next, y'all. We're finally moving. What's next is what? The Emperor, okay? The Emperor that contains all this love. And, well, we'll get to it, okay? So, thank you again for showing up. The queue is open. If anything sparked you to question more, or if you want to have a personal reading, you know where to find me. Click the links below, baby. And I think you can also DM me on Substack if you're on there. Well, clearly you're on there because you're watching this. And get ready, because after we complete this, I'm going to be sharing. I can't wait to start doing these tarot spreads with you, because I've made these tarot spreads and I'm just wondering, how are these things working for y'all? So I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you so much again, and get ready for the next phase, the Emperor. Until next time, I'm out of y'all. Peace.